Hi guys, it's Sonelias, and welcome to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron number 4. Apologies, got a bit of a hiccup. Anyways, we were left in April of 1941. Let's get loading. Alright, we're still producing some outdated equipment is what it says. Now, I believe I was doing that for a reason, because I was still in the midst of building a carrier. And it doesn't really make sense to basically just dump all of your work you've done in there. So let's just finish that carrier first before we're actually going to take it any further. And I believe it's automatically going to do that anyways, because that's how I've set it up. That's why I already got the Essex class down here. I set up as the next type of carrier I'm going to be building for the allocated production to there. But yeah, we need to first basically finish this one ship here before that will automatically switch over. Alright. Let's see what else we can do. What's our relationship like with, for example, Mexico? Mexico, yeah, looks like we're doing pretty okay here. Now, in terms of them being invited to our alliance, that doesn't seem to be happening any day soon. Okay. Perfect. So we just recruited some new units here. Most of these units I'm going to be able to move out, I believe.
Listen up.
I'm pretty sure I had to set some plans in motion to basically clear out some of that. Okay. We can modify our government. Let's make a choice here. Let's see what we can actually do. So we're still running a civilian government, which economy I should say, which in what we're doing at the moment doesn't make much sense. We really want to increase our output substantially, and we probably want to go to not total mobilization because that reduces our recruitable population. But I do want to basically set this to, for example, a war economy, which will basically give us quite a bit of extra production, which will actually be good for us. So let's do that switch over. Output should be significantly boosted. As you can see, there's a lot of production here that's now just kicking in now. But also our actual production itself should also see an increase in a minute, at least in terms of efficiency. So in terms of number of factories, that hasn't really changed as much. It's more the actual efficiency that will change here now. And they keep on trying to do naval invasions here, isn't it? So we're defending. We got a substantial number of defending units here. So yeah, we're going to keep them where they are for the moment. But I did put some plans in there to basically try to invade that other island here of Saipan, which is right next door. Alright. Look at that, it's basically keeping a nice log of all the ships that we actually sunk or have assisted in sinking, which is great to see. There's a naval battle going on here. I'm presuming that we should be winning this, because yeah, it's two of their ships versus a whole fleet of ours. As you can see, there's still slots available here. We can easily put extra bits into there if we wanted to. There's actually a whole lot of slots in lots of places. So yeah, we're going to try to keep that as much, at least available for us, as much as we can. Do I want to keep those here? Probably yeah, we'll do. These units here are perfectly fine where they are for the moment.
Listen up.
These guys are getting ready to basically be shipped out.
Keep
Perfect.
moving.
We're going to keep these Pacific Island defenses in place as well. These guys here, Central American Defense. That's these units here, plus of course the ones in Panama. Again, we're going to keep those in place. These guys here in San Francisco. And the rest of the base, the West Coast it should be. So with these guys, we're probably going to set our garrison areas. So we're basically going to make sure that this coastline is basically defended from the enemy. So they'll basically start moving some units around there, which is perfectly fine. I got no issues with that whatsoever.
Listen up.
But yeah, we just need to bear in mind that some of that will actually, of course, change a little bit. Alright, let's have a look again. We basically were preparing an army over here. So under this general here. We could potentially assign these extra units to that army.
All in. Move out.
Right, we'll basically consolidate them all into that one location. We're still working on that one carrier, which keeps on basically coupling up with that message, which is fine, no problem with that whatsoever. Need to keep an eye on Hawaii. This naval battle is still going in our favor. Did we just win it? Well, that doesn't say anything, but here it doesn't say anything either. Okay, there's of course a naval base, Japanese Iwo Jima. The base there, which is fine. British Malaya is there. Free France. There's lots of fighting going on here as well. And for some reason, basically Hong Kong stays in British hands. Okay, no problem with that whatsoever. Alright. What are we actually spending efforts on? Hold on, what's that say? Oh, it's the same. At the moment, we are spending efforts on. What are we spending efforts on? It doesn't really say. Wartime industry. What's our research like? We're going to finish some research on atomics in 25 days, which is fine. Perfect. Again, we're basically not having too much luck with those bombardments here. I still want to basically get more army units into the Philippines, really. But I just need to see if I can actually manage that somehow. Maybe I will need to move along a southern course here. But yeah, let's wait and see. Admiral Halsey is having some nice engagements here as well, I see.
Ready to move. Ready.
Alright, let's get these guys into place as well.
Move out.
We're at 20 out of 24. So yeah, that one's filling up quite nicely. We're about 2.1 million in terms of recruitable manpower at the moment. Probably want to assign some extra units towards the West Coast defense.
Ready, sir.
Actual cavalry unit, interesting. Can I change? Ooh, I can change the division template. Okay. Battle of Iwo Jima. Yeah, really. It's just those transports that we were trying to basically take care of. Anyways, this general here has got control here now. The question is, how many extra units are assigned to it? Can we execute it? No, I need some more control of that area, it looks like. Naval bombers, naval bombers. Not having too much luck there, it looks like. Air experience is pretty good. It's pretty good. And what can I do to basically improve my air units? Now, what have I got here? Where's my naval bombers? These guys here. Their reliability is only 80%, so I might want to basically look at increasing that. What am I researching? Am I researching any naval bombers? I'm not. So, in that sense, it might actually be worthwhile investing in them. Because, yeah, if I look at this closely enough, my naval bombers are listed here, and they're actually not even having any production done on them at the moment. So that is the naval bombers here. That's this one here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And I'm going to create a variant of that, which will have higher reliability. So Naval Bomber Variant 1 it should be called. Mark 1. Switching over to the A1 variant, which is basically just saying it's Mark 1 A1. Different terminology being used, but that's fine. Right, we're building up a bit of a stockpile, or not? No, we're actually doing upgrades here on weapons, which is good. We of course do need to do some upgrades on there. Yeah, we will also need some of that for actual production of more units. What's our recruitment like? We're basically recruiting a fair number of armored divisions, as you can see. Relatively light composition, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so these are still light tanks. We haven't actually invested much into more medium tanks or anything of that sort. That will come. Look at that. That's a fair number of units, but we haven't actually had much luck in terms of damaging them. Same here. Not really much luck in terms of damaging them. Right.
All in. Orders.
Alright, we're having similar issues there again. So that's the East Coast defense, and really I want to basically keep these guys here in place. But I do want to set basically my garrison areas. And I'll basically set those along all of these areas here, really. Yeah, that's the full East Coast I'm setting as basically my defense area that I basically need to keep an eye on. By doing it in this particular fashion, I basically am giving them instructions. And those instructions actually will also make sure that they keep an eye on, of course, all the central areas. I'm going to do exactly the same for these guys here. Don't need to do that one because, yeah, I've already got that one, but I think it's a good idea to at least give them instructions, so at least if there's an attack occurring, they'll automatically help each other out.
Ready, sir.
Central America, gonna do exactly the same thing again. But I might actually want to include that section here as well. Right. It's this one. At the moment, if I look at this one here, for example.
Orders. Ready to move.
And also set this to this terrain here, I think.
Ready to move.
Means that frees up this unit here completely.
Move out.
So I'm going to set those all to basically move towards that port city. That of course should also mean that I can actually start moving those units out.
Listen up.
Right, so we've got a work time economy now. Limited conscription is only at 2.5% of the population. And we should be able to do that in... Let's do that by... Do we want to do service by requirement or more extended conscription? I think that's really the optimal level. Initially, at least. Which will double by my recruitable population.
Ready to move. Orders.
Look at that. That, of course, is nice to see.
Listen up.
That one's been moved. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So this is now purely Marines plus armored divisions.
All in.
Right, these guys are going to help on the east coast, I would say. Again, a good idea to, of course, make sure I got units assigned there, which is perfect. So here, I've got another admiral available. Admiral Ernst King. Right, pause the game. Wartime industry. What does that do? Okay. Wartime industry spirit. Conversion is improved. And of course I also finished some research in terms of atomics, which is fine. Let's first off start by actually setting our options here. Okay, that's a quite nice one to get. All these boosts toward paratroopers as well as mountaineers, etc, etc. But this one's interesting as well. It basically gives me extra rubber production. I could well use some extra rubber production because, yeah, of course it reduces my need for some other bits. As you can see, I got quite a bit of freed up resources here now. So what will I actually be doing here? I'm actually going to increase my naval dockyards. Okay, so that's my first priority here. Of course, all along the coast is where I can do that. That's already full up. That's almost full up. If I put more into that, that's great, because of course I can also start doing some more military factories. I can really do those in the Heartland, for example. I can't do anything in terms of rocket sites yet. So for the moment it's purely my military factories I want to do. North Dakota is full, Montana, I'm filling that up as well. I can't do any of that research yet. I can of course increase the quality and the size of my naval bases, which is always worthwhile. These up to the maximum level as well. I haven't actually done anything here in Anchorage, I think. Where's Anchorage? There, let's increase that to the top of the line. As you can see, I've actually not got anything here yet. Let's actually remove one of those. Alright. Here in Hawaii, gonna put more naval production in there as well. Because yeah, it's one of the core things I will need at the moment. Line Islands. Put a factory into there. Same here with Samoa. Alright. Already got stuff on there, which is perfect. But But again, of course, I can look at basically increasing the output of those there as well. Can I put an airfield in? Maybe. Plus, of course, I want to increase my coastal defenses here. On Phoenix Island in this instance, but also on the Line Islands. Let's build up our coastal forts here. What have we got here? Midway. Should have an airbase. It doesn't. Radar station is already present. As you can see, I got radar base in lots of locations already. Alright, perfect. Let's just double check. Have I got air bases here? No. Okay, lots of defenses, like I said, we're putting in. Probably also should put some of that in Hawaii, or sorry, in Alaska, I should say. Alright, a radar station should be going in there. Already got radar in lots of locations, as you can see here. Haven't got any in these locations as of yet. Missing one there as well. Anything here? Nope, I don't own that. So yeah, my production queue was pretty empty, it looked like, and I basically just had to fill it up further. Which in itself is not a big problem. Easily done. Marcus Island, who owns that? Okay, that's our most forward location, it looks like. Research slots, what are we going to fill it with? Probably going to focus on the decryption here. We're 1941, so we're going to be close to getting to the next level there. 41, I could potentially also do something over here. Let's for the moment just get this done here. So decryption, 105 days. Then after that we will see further. Again, they're trying to invade. Again, they're using their marines. What is it? Not the Kriegsmarine, because of course that's the German, but this is the Japanese marines. So what kind of advantage have I got? Well, enemies got supremacy, which is myself in this instance. There's a fort based here, which is perfect. I actually started production of... No, I don't want to do that. This, of course, is Guam. Anything Guam related should be at the top, really, here. Gosh, it's a long list, isn't it? Right, we can also basically look at working on improving our infrastructure. Alright, that should do. Just that makes the movement of troops significantly easier. But of course also the movement of supplies. For the moment that should do. I think we're going to pause it there and then basically have a look at this research item here. Integrated convoy defense, which was this bottom here. Submarine operations. Now I'm actually going to choose some of these production related items here. It'll take a fair while to basically research, so
Ready, sir.
I think it's a good idea to do that.
Ready.
Right, one of these I'm going to assign to the west coast.
Commands.
This one I'm going to send to the central one here. Because yeah, it can of course use some extra tanks there. Tanks are always welcome, I would say. Buffalo. Anyways, like I said, it's a good time for us to call it a day. It's getting a lengthy episode at the moment, so yeah, there's no saving. It's an auto saving. We're on the Ironman mode here. So hopefully you enjoyed today's episode, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you, of course, on the next ones. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.